I would now like to call upon Mr. Mangala Karunaratne, founder and CEO of Calcey Technologies, to come up on stage and give us a few words.
Thank you very much for having me here. It's an honor to be here. And I think you guys heard quite a bit about IoT and what it entails from these awesome panelists. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk about some of the opportunities around this. What we could do in terms of being, so I'm from Sri Lanka. I'll give you a little intro about myself first. So I run a boutique product engineering R&D firm in Sri Lanka. So we cater to mostly Silicon Valley. These are some of my customers. So while we do that, we also love getting our hands dirty in deep tech, like cutting edge technology. So we try to stay one step ahead of the technology. So with IoT, that's exactly what we do. We try to stay ahead. So when our customers coming to us asking for certain products developed in IoT or whatnot, we already have that talent. So, you know, what's the potential of this? Business Insider says there'll be 34 billion connected devices by 2020. But actually, Cisco even more optimistic than that. They think it's going to be 50 billion. And then 6 trillion will be spent on IoT solutions over the next 5 years. So there's huge money in it. There's a lot of opportunity in it for us. So countries like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, I think we're looking at leapfrogging. How do we leapfrog from where we are? So that's what we are trying to do. We're trying to just jump it from where we are to skip few steps of technology and jump to the, leapfrog, exactly. So how do we disrupt? Where do we disruption? I think some of these panelists show some of the samples of how agriculture, and like I'll give you an example of apparel sector. Now, today's situation, like the political situation of the United States, you know, the new president has come and say all manufacturing has to happen in America. So do you really, I mean, now Sri Lanka has lots of apparel billionaires. I'm sure you guys have some of those, flying in helicopters and all. So we are thinking, like, one of them came to us and said, we're really worried. Now, when they say it has to be manufactured in America, do you really think those American companies are going to hire American workers and manufacture apparel? I don't think so. What they're going to do is they're going to automate it. They're going to put robots to manufacture the apparel, like Elon Musk makes a car. It's all automated. So it's our opportunity to jump on that bandwagon, get that ball rolling before they come and say, hey, you are moving manufacturing, then you've got to be ready. We'll move there. We'll set up our factories in Ohio. I know it's a tough problem. There's a lot of employment that you at stake, but as a business owner, that's what they're thinking. So they are thinking they are actually, absolutely, exactly. So this one of the top 3 apparel manufacturers in Sri Lanka, at least, they came to us and said, we want to automate that. I'm like, oh wow, it's awesome. But they're thinking setting up that factory in Ohio, not in Sri Lanka. So it's an opportunity for you to stay ahead and jump on that bandwagon, whether it's, I mean, it's one person's opportunity, of course, someone else's loss. But as a business, as an opportunist, we have to jump on it. And then, of course, the consumer area is another whole new ball game. Agricultural, there's another agriculture exporter we're working with. You've shown some great samples. I think there's so much can be done. What's being done right now is very minimal. The opportunity is enormous. It's anybody's opportunity. You don't have to live in Silicon Valley to do this. You can do it from Bangladesh. You can do it from Sri Lanka, anywhere else in the world. Because we have the opportunity to get all that hardware, the brains are here, you guys can do that. And then there's, of course, when it comes to consumer, there are lots of ecosystems, Google, Apple, HomeKit, all that. So consumer area, it's not something that I've looked into, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, because what we do is mostly B2B, business, enterprise apps. But I think when it comes to consumer, it's very tricky. It has to be super seamless. If I want IoT device, and if I had to set it up, spend 30 minutes setting up, I'm not buying it. I buy it, I go home, just plug it in, it's got to work. Yeah. And then, of course, I think these IoT sensors and stuff, you guys talked about it, like there are some sensors, there are some sensors that detect data, and then there are some, like your example, one detects the water level, and then another sensor reacts to it. So there's different types, etc. And then I'm not going to repeat too much about the security. You guys covered it already. It's hugely important. If the security is not there, people will not adapt. And then, of course, the opportunity. So again, the businesses can lower cost. I know our part of the world, it's employment and all that there. But I'm thinking as a business owner, a lot of apparel guys are looking at automation, the QA, and all that. So that's to reduce the cost and increase the productivity. And also, as a services business that I run, our opportunity is we are expanding. So we started as a web and backend engineering company, and then we jump on the mobile bandwagon, the cloud bandwagon. Now we are on the IoT bandwagon. That's my opportunity to sell. So we just proactively ahead of the game. When our clients come and ask us, we are ready. So now this is a nice diagram I just quickly did last night. So we all have that. So the tip of the iceberg is the sensors and devices. I mean, that's just what we think is IoT is. But there's huge vast amount of opportunities hidden behind this, you don't know about. The connectivity. My neighbor, I run my business in a IT park in Colombo. My neighbor is called WSO2. They just launched, it's a platform where all the IoT devices plugs into. It's called WSO2 IoT server. So it's all free, open source. Just download these things, plug in, plug and play, get your knowledge, do things, put it out there, and then that will get you, passionate people will do that. So the opportunities are in the cloud, the analytics, artificial intelligence, there's so much opportunity. It's not just that sensor. We can allow China to build the sensors, and we can use that and build all those solutions. And I mean, that's what it is. I'm not going to take too long. Thank you very much for the opportunity again.